I might have to end it just to kind of see what happened. That was very bad. Oh my god, it is at the beginning of the story. Oh my god.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Alright, there we go. Let's do this fast. Alright, so we're at the beginning of Lewis's story. God's sake, man.
As Lewis's psychiatrist,
how long is this
I
letter,
can understand
dude?
your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced
If it
your
freezes
son to
again,
seek
I'm gonna have
treatment for
to end
substance
it
abuse.
like right away.
Newly sober, I believe Lewis
At least I could
first
kind of
noticed
listen
the
to what he was
monotony of his
saying.
daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began
like...
to wander.
So like...
I asked him to describe it.
Yo, I feel like I like
said he started
resonate with Lewis. Oh, sorry, you said I can't talk
imagining
when...
a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names.
That's so creepy, that sound that it makes.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously.
What does this remind me of?
He'd find himself. But he found something more.
That is Dark Souls.
I worried about him then.
I'm really annoyed. My whole computer froze, man.
I spoke with his boss.
Sorry, I'm talking again.
But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Yeah, but you could read.
Like a whole new Lewis.
There's actually a doctor
So
in
I
my
let him go
hospital
on.
called Doctor. Sorry.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
I don't know why my computer did that.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
It's like trying to understand, like the reasoning.
Then he made musicians.
Behind it. Like so hard to walk sometimes.
And songs for them to play.
I could just increase the game
Talked
volume.
about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination.
If it doesn't freeze again.
So he could do whatever he wished.
Where am I?
He held an election for mayor. And he won.
There's like so many
They
video
begged
game
him to stay,
references.
but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Is it safe to
Conquer a city, then immediately push on.
I mean, can I like...
New Louisville. St. Louis.
St. Louis, that's not how you spell it.
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
I like how it gives you both options.
The queen was on her own quest for
Sinister serpents. Hell yeah.
sinister serpents.
Oh no, the serpents!
He followed the sound of her
Silver harp.
silver harp.
What did I break? The stream? I absolutely broke the stream. Can't tell you how hard this is. Oh no, I missed it. I got the bad ending.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He
And that
knew the
queen
world
thick.
was all in his imagination.
Do I even have to do these fish? Just like eat them or what the hell?
But he was so proud of having created it.
Like some Game of Thrones shit. And that ficus just not even. Who uses a fish as a lock?
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Okay. I'm gonna grab you, Lewis.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me.
The
It
land
was
of
hard
many
to argue
faces.
with him.
Where are we now?
He began to forget the world we know.
Do what? That you often do this.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
I do that all the time.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Oh, I thought okay. I do that all the time.
I still thought I could save him. Even
It's
after
like
he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
I mean, it's like every time I want to talk, they just like interrupt me.
The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Ern, can you help me out over here? Molly!
was only one thing left to do.
Lucy's telling me to shut up a lot.
Bend down his head.
Hey, I don't want to be king anymore. I gotta be somewhere. Like, I know you guys are cheering and all, but like, I gotta be somewhere. I gotta be somewhere else. Hell of a crowning.
The rest I think you know.
Hell of a
Mrs.
crowning.
Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
He ended his life. He killed himself with the guillotine.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
I mean, Louis. We were in St. Louis. Is what was happening. Duh. When do we ever know what's that? That's a fair point. that's a very fair point. I would have to. Can I talk now, Lucy? Do I have permission?
From Louis's funeral.
Do I have permission to talk?
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
But Lucy, what's that locked door? When we went up the stairs, there was a locked door. Unless you're just not meant to go there.
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Do you though? Not even then. Edith. Oh wow, you don't want me to talk? Okay, I'll freaking
My
talk.
mom ended up leaving everything behind.
What's that say? Dawn Finch, grandma's. Happy 90th birthday! Wow. Sanjay, that's the dad. That's our dad. Evac specialist. Oh God, here calls your service adventure. Jesus Christ, Lord. You know that door up the stairs that was
What
locked?
happened that night had
The
been
big
coming for a
door?
long time.
Kind of like to the attic. Had been coming for a long
Maybe
time.
you should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Why did I just get goosebumps?
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Hmm.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
What is this girl? What's this girl in her, why does she wear, like, the long sleeves all the time? Like, these really woolly sleeves.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Fucked up. Triggered!
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
That's
They
the house.
called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
Ad is just sadder
I
than.
never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
Okay. Do I just keep walking?
For a while, I wondered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
A deer? Forgot a deer in a bed existed?
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
What's up with everyone's spelling, man? Ern's the only one spelling shit right. Did you notice that?
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
But do we find out? I want to find out what the book said.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
The hell did that happen? Yeah, honestly.
To talk about it,
Dawn.
but she started getting sick a lot.
Like a letter down. Oh, alright.
The rest happened pretty quickly.
Oh no.
She got better for a while,
Sake.
and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
Me?
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it.
Like the vagina?
I just want to meet you.
You're the
Tell you all
freaking.
these stories myself.
You're the freaking
But I guess if you're reading
deep ass
this now,
vagina.
things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Oh shit, it was actually based on someone. Wait, but what's Grandma's story? What's Grandma's story? And did, I guess Edith just died of old age? What? God's sake, man. Why do I have tears in my eyes? What is this? Oh, man. Oh, that's what that is, right? She died at childbirth, right, totally. Yo, but I'm upset. I want to know Granny's story. What if it was like the Holy Grail, the meaning of life was in that book? Now I don't know it. And now I don't know it. Thanks, Johan. I don't know why that's an achievement, but alright. I wish I could feel, but I don't. So, nice game, I guess. It was good. It was a good game. Definitely unique. It's a unique style of game. But you hear that, Ern? Move to Nottingham. Move to Nottingham. There's the froggy! There's Kermit the Frog! You hear that, Ern? Dreadful stories. Yo, just imagine when we're a much, like, next game, see? Imagine when we're a much bigger channel, we could, like, just set people up. It's gonna be like, man, I'll never find someone. Hey, this man's over here is from the same... That baby has huge eyes that are very widely spaced. Nope. Nope. I did that the other day. That's your monthly. You have to do bonus. You have to do the canned peaches, boys. You have to do something bonus for me to do more Kermit. That child's holding a shotgun. God damn it. That was a pretty sad game. When the mom died, I actually had tears in my eye. And it still happened, so I'ma die alone. Yeah, but he's gonna come back soon. I just have to play games where I get trophies. Hey, I already did it last time. I'll do it for $10. $10. $10. Genova Chan. I'll do it for 500 bits. I'll do it for... I'll do it for... the Vine. Do it for the Vine! Do it for the Vine! Oh, that's so cute. The end. The